Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a geode with Tangerine and Stormy skies. I just grabbed a little chunk of my fabric here and am wrapping it around quite a few times. I said that was like 5 or 6 times, and then I wrap it around my sinew puller and I pull until I feel a little bit of a tug. Then I scrunch up another little chunk and I wrap that around, and I just keep doing that until I feel like that node is pretty thick. Especially with these hoodies, I don't do like more than 5 little nodes or else they get really white. I mean, have a lot of white space. So here I am doing the next node. You can see here, just tying that as tight as I can. One thing I like to do is not cut the sinew between each node, which is something I'm doing here, but I started not doing this after this. It just takes forever to untie when you cut each one apart. When they're all connected, it just kind of unrolls a lot easier. And here's a third node I'm doing. I like to make sure that there's not a lot of space that's not tied up, so it looks fully tied. Alright, so I set this up with some magic tracks around the edge just so it would hold the ice a little bit, and I did dye on ice for this project. I used the color Stormy Skies and Tangerine. I'm just kind of randomly placing it. I didn't do like stripes or anything like that. These two colors together have a really cool effect, so because they both split. All right, so I flipped it over, or did I flip it over? Yes, I flipped it over, and I'm just adding a little bit more color because it didn't go all the way through the bottom of the sweater. All right, here we go. I'm rinsing it out. I should say too, this was rinsed in soda ash, not rinsed. This was soaked in soda ash before I started, and then I let it dry, which I don't always do. Sometimes I tie damp, but I prefer to tie dry if I can. And I'm just untying it and then rinsing it in cool water. And then once I get it all untied, I bump the water up to hot. That will just expel even more dye. One thing I will say about this is the color didn't really go all the way through. I think it needed more dye, but it still turned out really cool. But if I were to do it again, I would add more dye. All right, so then I put it in a hot pot of Dawn dish soap and I let it sit for a while. Sometimes I put it on my stove on low just so it stays hot. And here's the final result. You can't really see the geode, but I feel like it turned out really rad. It's a really cool effect. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, comment below. I would love to answer them for you, and I'll see you in the next video.